Before watching the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on some amazing content from the Spotlight.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the yet another episode of the Entrepreneur Talks. In the world dominated by marketing, sales, startups, it's very rare to come across a concept that is centered around the world beyond our planet, the space. Today, we are taking you into the world of aeroscience and to pilot our aeroship and to share their entrepreneurial journey with us. We have the founder of Star, Mr. Sunny Kabrawala. How are you?
Yeah, I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm good. So my first question to you is that how did the idea of Star come to your mind?
So I always wanted to be a space pioneer. Like I found my passion for space at the very young age of 10 years. And I always wanted to be a space scientist or an astronaut, anything which is into space industry. But I was not so good at studies. So I completely messed up with my academics when I was in 9th grade. I failed in physics in 11th grade. I got 42% grades in 12th. And unfortunately, I was not able to join any university which have got the space education. So, when I got into college, I always wanted to work for ISRO, and I really started working very hard. But then I got few backlogs, and I realized that now I cannot apply for ISRO because I was not so good at studies. At that point in 2015, I realized I need to have something. I need to have an initiative which focuses on providing space education to students. So I started a rocket club in my campus with an intention to build model rockets. We started launching them, and we realized one thing, that rocket science is just a big hype. It's not so difficult. And we thought of teaching it to students and providing hands-on experience to build rockets. And that turned out to be a great success in 2015, and I never thought it would turn out to be a company in future, a space startup. The very simple thing I ask to everyone is, like, in your childhood, whether you ever dreamt for becoming an astronaut or space scientist, or ever you got fascinated by looking at the night sky. If the answer is yes, we are there for you. So you don't need to worry about your grades, you don't need to worry about your background, educational background, or your financial background, anything. You just come to us, we will teach you how things work in the space. So we are into purely, into space tech. But that doesn't mean that we don't teach how, like the science or the physics behind stars and other cosmological things. So no matter whatever interest you have got, you can just come to us. And we have got collaborated with other startups. So let's say you want to learn about aircrafts. We are not into aircrafts, but we have other startups with whom we have collaborated. So I can connect you with them. The main purpose for Star is to help students. Whether we do it on our own as a company, or we help you in getting connected to the right person or the right company who will help you out with that. Irrespective of their grades, their gender, their nationality, their culture, or all sorts of criteria which are defined by humans.
So it's open for all.
It's open for all, yeah.
For any people from across the country also.
Yes, not only from our country, across the globe. Anyone who want to learn about space, they are most welcome.
Right. So you are a founder of Star. You are leading your team. So as a leader, what kind of values you want to see in your team members? Because when we talked before about Star, you said that your team members are very crucial for you.
Yes.
So what kind of value you give to them, and what kind of, the work that you expect from them?
Before expecting anything from them, I expect a lot from myself, because what I believe is, you cannot force someone, or you cannot inspire or motivate someone by words. You have to do those things, and that is how the other person will notice and observe, and they will also try to inculcate in themselves. So few values I completely focus on. First is not to have a money-driven startup or a culture at company. Okay, we really want to be I won't say customer-centric, I would say people-centric. Other value that we focus on is creating habits, good habits, and helping people or team members, if they have any bad habit, to get rid of it. And this is what I always say. First, you build your habits, and then your habit builds you. So we have to focus a lot on building habits. So now there are few things, and those are the principles I follow very strongly. First, I never make someone wait for me. I never do that. At Star, like if we are invited in any event for anything, we always arrive at that location 30 minutes earlier. Second, you have to be transparent with people. That is what we believe. If we know that if a question asked by a student, we don't know the answer, we don't give them wrong answers. We usually get very transparent. We tell them we don't know the answer, and students also realize, being humans, you will not know everything, and that will also make them feel good that even they don't have all the answers, right? Third thing is about focusing on helping each and everyone. So let's say if you have a space education based startup, our focus is not going to have to be better than you or how to focus on having more sales than you. What we do at Star, I feel proud of this. When my team sees that any other startup is struggling, they think of talking to their founding team and come and helping them out with that. So I really feel proud, and these things are not inculcated by me in my company, but my team members, they have this in their nature. They have got this in their inbuilt thing. So it's a very positive culture we have got, and that's why we are happy with doing this. Like, we don't care about getting 100,000 students in one go. Even if we get one student, the energy is always good with the same. We don't have got one person as a leader, but we have got multiple people who are running this company and who are helping each other out. And this is what we believe, that when you meet a team, and if you cannot recognize who is the leader, that's the right team.
Correct.
Because everyone seems to be a leader there, right?
Right. So, talking about your business science and your management, like, I really like the way you delegated the work with your teammates,
Yeah.
right? A lot of young entrepreneurs, especially in India right now, they are doing that. I want to do the everything. Like, I will handle the HR, I will handle the marketing, I will do the finances and all that. And because of that they create the mess around it, their product.
Yeah.
So, like, I have heard this very good thing about an entrepreneurship is optimize your strength and outsource your weaknesses.
True.
So because you can clearly focus on your strengths and hire people who do the job that you can't.
True, very true. Yeah.
So you can build your company very fast.
Yeah.
And that's very true, that a lot of young entrepreneurs do this mistake, especially in India.
Correct. So thing is, being a founder, it's not necessary that you have to do everything, but you need to know everything. Not in detail, but at least you should have crux about each and everything which is there. Like, you should understand finance.
Yes.
You don't need to know figures every time.
You don't need to go deep into it.
Correct. You should understand finance. You need to understand marketing. You need to understand branding, technology, everything. When you know everything, you can actually take decisions, right? You can make decisions. And it's not that being a founder, you need to be CEO of the company. If you like teaching, you can be a trainer at your company as well, right? It's all about building a team which is actually growing exponentially or growing year by year. So that is what we focus at Star. We have a team which knows their responsibility, which know that what they are responsible for, and then accordingly they take their decision. You are not a superhero just because you have a superpower. You become a superhero because you know when and where to use it, and that comes when you as a leader understand what are the strength of your teammates, and that is what we understood at Star for every member, and then
That's
accordingly
a very
we
good point, that as a leader you have to know the strengths of your teammates, your
Yes.
employee.
Correct, yeah. And that is what we did at Star, and we helped each other in learning those skills which are very important, like basic email writing skill. This is needed, right? And that is not taught in our schools, so we have to practice it. So those are the things we do. Every Sunday we do skill-based training sessions where we inculcate such skills which are very important in today's world for communication, for networking, and for other purposes, and for even the personal growth. So we focus on the personal growth of the members as well in the personal life.
So who's your biggest idol in your life? Like, biggest idols, can you just name them and
So
brief about it?
first name is Kalpana Chawla. Because of her, I got into this industry. Again, those who say that space is just for boys, just one thing, that Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams have inspired millions of people in not only in India but across the world. So it's not that only boys can do this. It have nothing to do with your gender, your education background, or financial background, or anything else. If you are passionate, you will be able to do it. Second is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. He have lived a life where he have contributed a lot to to his generation and to the future generation as well, right? By educating them. Third is Ratan Tata, sir. The kind of ethics he have defined for his company, and even after achieving a success, a huge success in life, he's still so down to earth, and he still focuses a lot on how ethical his company is going. He's not caring much about revenue. He's caring about the ethics and principles are being followed at his company or not. So these are, three idols I got in my mind right now. But there are many people.
Aerospace is an upcoming field in India. So how far are we lagging, and what do you think the major reason is behind it?
So the thing is, in order to grow any industry in any country, an ecosystem is very important. So for example, if you are really good at studies and if you are not ready to share your knowledge, if you're not ready to collaborate with your friends, all together cannot grow. You can grow with but up to some certain limits. So Indian space program have been really good, and we have been putting spacecrafts in space since long. The problem lies in having space community. Now in Apollo in USA, after the Apollo mission, every school started talking about about the astronauts program. They started talking about the Apollo missions. The landing of the spacecraft was shown in the schools and universities live. So that is how, and you might have seen that happen in India with the Chandrayaan. It was at midnight, but people were awake to actually see that moon landing, right?
Right.
So when you actually make things fascinating, more and more people get interested, and then now you have to create a lot of platforms, opportunities, and you have to build an ecosystem where you support each other and then grow. So that is where we are lacking right now, but I think we are not so late. We still have a time to actually work on this and help each other to grow this industry in India.
So this field, aeroscience, is usually dominated by very big organizations, and the perception among general people is that other than few organizations like NASA, ISRO, SpaceX, there's no one in this field. So how do you think that startup like yours, Star, help in changing this kind of perspective?
So it's not only about space industry, but if you take any domain or any industry, you'll have a king there. You have a brand name there, right? Being a startup, you should not focus on building a brand from the initial stage, and you have to focus on building brand, but you don't have to you just have to talk to people. I want to build brand. That's not going to work. Brand means you are building a trust with the customers. That you can do when you focus on your services that you're providing to your customer. So just imagine that you are in a relationship with a person. You cannot just keep telling that I love you, or I really trust you, or you should trust me. You show it by caring for that person, right? So that is what we have to do here. You have to care for your customers. You have to care for everyone who are connected to you. It's not only about the customers, whether they want to take your service or not. Even any person who is in your contact.
Right.
I can see many companies, they post that we are leading we are leading digital marketing firm in India. We are leading space company in India. That's never going to work. How can you call yourself a leading company? Your customers need to tell you whether you are a leading company or not. They need to decide. You should not take that decision.
Right. When you are talking, you are very honest with your words and the way you are talking also. Other thing is, you are a good communicator. So you have to be a good communicator when you are leading the company, because if you have the idea of your product or anything else, you have to communicate really well to your team. So that's where they can understand properly that, okay, this is the vision of our leader. Now we have to take this from now on. So I really like your communication skills. So my next question is, what's the best and worst advice you have received as an entrepreneur in your entrepreneurial journey in this last 5 years?
There are two advices I always get. First one is, why you ended up just doing bachelor's in electronics engineering? You should go for the master's, you should work for a company, and then you should get an experience, and then you can have a startup. That's the worst advice I keep getting from people.
That I also get that. Do your MBA. You can't do marketing or anything like that. If you want to build your marketing company, then you have to do after your master's.
Correct.
I get you.
Yeah. And this is what I always say. If you really want to learn how to swim, you cannot just keep watching a YouTube video, or you can learn it from books. You have to get into water, right? So I don't think, even, at Star, when we recruit someone, we don't ask for a degree, we don't ask for resume and CVs. So being like a person who was not so good at academics, how can I expect that from someone else, right? So the second advice that I keep, and this is very funny, that is get married very soon. I'm 26 right now, and I don't know why, but people, they keep, and even my team members, okay, they keep asking me to get married very soon. I'm not going to do that.
And what's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice, a lot of advices I have got in my life, and one of them is to focus more on working on your team members. To be like, like when they are actually doing something wrong, tell them that is wrong. Otherwise, they'll keep doing it. Any action which is appreciated is always repeated. When you appreciate something, they will repeat it. So if they are doing something wrong, tell them.
So you did the rocket launches. So
Yep.
what's your dream project on that?
My dream project is, is very simple, and a vision that I have got. If a student want to experiment something in space, they should be able to put it there, their experiment in space, not only in low Earth orbit, in lunar orbit and the Martian orbit, at a very low cost. So that's my dream project. The second dream project is to make space education free of cost for all the students worldwide.
That's great. So my last question to you is that what's the one advice you want to give to an budding entrepreneur or an young entrepreneur who is just starting their own businesses right now?
This is an advice not only for the entrepreneurs, but I know that India is a very young country, and people in our country, they want to be entrepreneurs, they want to be sportsmen, they want to be scientists, they want to be engineers, they want to be, a lot of different domains are there. This common advice which I received from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, so I would like to share it with you. The first thing he believed was that every young mind should have a dream. So first, have a dream. If you have never worked with on yourself, the first thing is sit right now after listening to this podcast and just focus on what you want to achieve in your life. Right? When you get your dream, you know where you want to reach, and that is how you can save your energy and time. Second, hard work with devotion. Now we know that our generation have got a concept of smart work. Now to do smart work, you have to become smart. To become smart, you need to get experience, and to get experience, you need to really work hard, right? You need to check out how much time you are investing every day, which is taking you a step closer to your dream, right? What all things you're doing every day. You have to work, you have to invest 12 to 14 hours a day in order to actually reach closer to your dream. Third is perseverance. We are scared of failures, right? But when you get a lot of failures, you get immune to failures. The important thing is avoid repeating mistakes, try making new mistakes, okay? And mistakes which are worth to be made, which can take you, through which you can learn and which can take you a step closer to your dream. That is important, right? So perseverance is all about failing, learning, and again, coming back and starting it again. The last thing, and this is what I call the $1 million question. Whenever we see Facebook, we remember Mark Zuckerberg. Whenever we see Microsoft, we remember Bill Gates. And whenever we see Apple, we remember Steve Jobs. Whenever we see missiles, we remember Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Every youth who are listening to this podcast right now should ask themselves one question. And that is what I call the $1 million question, that what you will be remembered for. So these are my few advices I wanted to share.
That's really, really great. Thank you so much for being with us and to give us this opportunity to interview you. I hope that you like this episode. So guys, if you really like this episode, then do drop a like, share this with your friends, and do subscribe to.
So guys, subscribe to the Spotlight. They will be coming up with a very interesting podcast with a lot of people. And remember one thing, keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. Thank you so much.